Hello and welcome, I am Arumba, thank you for joining me. So I wanted to do a quick agenda video just to address a few topics that have come up over the last week. And just kind of let everyone know where things are at and kind of what's planned and all that. So basically, first I just want to make sure the music's not too loud. I want to have a little bit of music, but nothing too crazy. I haven't played Crusader Kings 2 in forever, so listening to some Crusader Kings 2 music is very, what's the term for it? Reminiscent or something. Anyway, so first things first. Somehow, or some reason, mid-roll ads have been enabled on a few videos, and I'm not sure what's going on, why that's happening, but I am currently in the process of going through and changing every single video. I've got 3,768 out of roughly 4,000 that have been processed so far, to just purge the whole thing, just make sure that's not happening. It's not something that I really like. YouTube right now is making this huge push for this automatic mid-roll thing, which if you've heard from other channels like Northern Lion, or I mean it's happening on a number of channels, this automatic mid-roll thing puts like 10 ads per hour, and it spaces them like every couple minutes. It's ridiculous. And one of the things that I love about internet as a medium for content is that it's not like TV where you are watching an advertisement every 3 to 4 minutes and you end up spending 30% of your time watching ads. And don't get me wrong, advertising is a huge part of the business. It's going to happen. You just have to expect and accept that that is a necessary evil of the business in order for people to get paid and actually be able to, buy food and pay for their mortgage and stuff. But at the same time, it doesn't need to be like TV. TV is different because with TV, they don't necessarily have the exact demographic of who's watching it. And so they have just scattershot ad placement and they don't always hit the mark. And so they throw tons and tons of ads onto TV just to try to make enough money for the networks to run. Of course, cable companies in general, I think, are ancient and dying and terrible and they should all burn. But when it comes to the internet, you got targeted ads, which are a lot better, and ideally you're only seeing one, and it kind of something that you'd be interested in. And anyway, I don't want to spend the whole time talking about ads. Long story short, mid-roll ads, not in my equation. I don't want to see that, and I don't know why it's happening, but it won't happen any further. Aside from that, there have been a few people asking why I'm not doing 12 videos a day, or, because I had made an agenda video talking about how I was going to be making tons of videos over the next few days. The fact is that my wife kind of tricked me into going on this trip a lot longer than I expected. I was expecting to be gone for 1 week, which is fine. Turns out that it's more like 12 days, which means that I actually have to have 13 to 14 days worth of videos stored up, which means there's just not enough time in the day to record enough videos to cover a 2-week gap in the period of time that I have. I leave next week. It's amazing how fast time goes by. Anyway, here's some behind the scenes stuff. Take a look at the schedule. I am not far ahead. I am really not that far ahead. So, I have to record like 150 videos, which is 16 a day. Well, actually 16.67 a day. I leave, here's current week at 8 a day. Today's Tuesday. So I'm ahead like 3 days, which is normally really pretty good. I just like to be ahead like 1 or 2 days. To be ahead 3, hey, man, I have tons of time to read comments and research new games and like try to decide what to play, what will be interesting. But no, here's what I need to have. Here's current week. Next week, I leave. This is my last recording day. That's what that little line there is supposed to represent. So I have these 3 days of next week, and then I've got, of course, 5 days this week. I have 8 days left. Well, wait, 5. If you count today, I've got 9 days left. So I have to cover all of next week. I have to cover all of the following week. And then I still have to cover at least one and then probably half of a day so that when I'm available to record again on Tuesday, so I've got to cover a lot of days. So I just can't do 12. And, one of the reasons why I was experimenting a bit with the silent simulation was to just try to make sure that there is content to be watched while I'm gone. Because, heaven forbid, I don't actually have time to record enough. I don't want to have a single day go by without a video. At least one, let alone I want to do 8. I want 8 every day. I just want to keep my standard. I've been doing it for like I don't know, 8 or 9 months. I don't want to stop. So, bum, bum, bum. So yeah, I might try something that I did in the past, which is like a fast forward series where I take a really, really long campaign, like the Tuscan Trade Tier campaign, and then I still have all of the videos saved, all the original footage. So I could do like a time lapse of the Tuscan Trade Tier campaign and maybe fill in some video slots with that, but that's filler, you know, it is just filler. It's a video, it's trying to keep the consistency. It's not fresh original content, which is really what I'd prefer, but anyway, that's just kind of where things are at. That's why I'm doing 8 a day. Other people have been asking me about Dwarf Fortress, which is a fair question. I said I would play it, and I am going to play it. I have Dwarf Fortress 40_03 starter pack, and I've got most of the necessary stuff to make it work. There's just a couple more things that I'm looking for. I'm waiting for them to update DF Hack, which is it's like a CMD thing that kind of like interjects itself into Dwarf Fortress and then allows it to do stuff that normal Dwarf Fortress can't. Like there's two main plugins that I really want. One's called Quick Fort, which allows you to have the game like it's basically a more advanced version of the macro interface in Dwarf Fortress, which allows you to automatically place buildings and structures and beds and tunnels and all that stuff, which is really nice. Because if you have a specific layout that you like to use, then it's a pain in the butt to have to do it every time yourself. The other thing that I want to use is Mouse Query, which allows you to do a lot of the stuff in the game with your mouse, right? You know, like an actual 21st century video game, instead of having to do it all with keyboard, which is just stupid. So I need those things before I can play the game, and I should have them pretty soon. Aside from all that, how things are going, I'm loving Victoria 2. I am really kind of surprised how much I'm liking it. I should not have avoided it for so long. I think what happened is I played Crusader Kings 2 for like a year, solo before making any videos for YouTube, and then got really comfortable with it. And then Victoria 2 I tried like almost a year ago to try to get into. Came straight from Crusader Kings 2. It's a completely different game. Like it's so different that it's like not even made by the same company. And I figured, okay, well, this is too weird. I can't do it. I'm not going to be good enough at it, and so I don't want to play it. And I just gave up. And then fast forward a year, now I've played Europa Universalis 4 a lot, and I'm pretty comfortable with that. And EU4 and Victoria 2 are much more similar than Crusader Kings 2 and Victoria 2. So it was just so much easier of a transition for me to start playing Victoria 2, and I just love it. It's got like it's got trade, it's got internal political stuff, it's got infrastructure. Like peace is so much more interesting than EU4. So I'm really enjoying Victoria 2. Definitely going to be playing it for a while. I'm having fun with the Russian campaign. Some people think that Russia or Muscovy is far too easy. I don't think that it's easy. I'm playing on hard AI. Just watch the first 6. Trust me, there's some challenge to it. It's a lot of fun, and a lot of pretty cool stuff happens. And I actually feel pretty good about the way I handled the strategy and what I had to do to win. There's no spoilers or anything. But anyway, yeah. Wealth of Nations multiplayer, we're probably going to restart something else soon. Interplanetary rematch is on the docket, but hasn't been scheduled yet. And Tuscan Trade Tier, you'll notice, has gone down to just 2 videos a day. It's really winding down. The comments are 50-50. Half the people want me to continue it because they want me to complete a game. The other half of people say it's boring, it's been going on for too long, stop playing this. And it's just like, god damn it, I can't please everyone. I want to finish it because I think it's fun to get to the end, and I've never been this powerful in the game before, and so it's kind of cool to take 100% overextension every year. And just conquer. It's like I'm almost to that point with EU4 where I can conquer the whole world, like I can in Crusader Kings 2. And the very first couple times that you do that, it's a unique experience and it's fun. But on the other hand, I do have to keep in mind that at the end of the day, I'm doing this for fun and then also for a living, and so I have to play games that people want to see. And if the viewership drops off, then it's time to start a new series. So So a mixed bag, basically. I'm gonna scale it back down to just 2 a day, and who knows, we might even go down to 1 a day if people really dive into the Russia campaign. And then, of course, there should be other games coming out here soon too. We add Dwarf Fortress to the mix, and then if anything else comes out that's interesting, I wanna dive on that. Factorio, you'll notice that this week there's nothing scheduled. Factorio, the best way to describe it is that it's like a YouTube, it's a YouTube love affair. I love the game. I am obsessed with Factorio. It's my dirty little secret. It's like, I want to play it all the time, but no one else wants to watch it. So I just need to stop doing it, because I get a lot of pleasure out of it, but, you know, you compare it to episode 150 of Tuscan Trade Terror, and it gets half or fewer of the views of a 150 episode series. So just, you know, it's just not a video series that people are really that interested in. However, that being said, Factorio multiplayer is supposed to happen within the next 1 to 2 weeks, and when that happens, I will be at the very least playing a multiplayer session with Quill. He's agreed that he thinks that'd be fun, and we want to play together. And if I can get anyone else involved, then I'd love to do that too. I don't know how many players they're going to enable at first. I saw some pictures. It looks like 4. I'm thinking it'd be pretty cool to do Quill, Mathis, and Northern Lion and myself, but we'll see if they're interested. Anyway, that's kind of where things are at. You know, I don't know. Don't really have too much more else to say about it. The channel's been doing really well. Interesting. 11 videos didn't get updated. Well, that's not good. We'll have to figure out what's wrong with those. Yeah, the channel's doing very well the last couple weeks. Ever since I started playing Victoria 2, subscribers have gone up daily by quite a bit. The average had been closer to like 130 or so, and now we're up to like nearly 200 if you actually look at just like the last couple weeks, which is really good. We're above 70,000. That puts us at about 5,500 a month, so we're only like 4 or 5 months away from getting to 100,000. Because again, you got to factor in. It's not. I mean, it is exponential, but and when we get to 90,000, the growth rate will probably be a little bit higher. So probably about 4 or 5 months, get to 100,000 subs. And then just to kind of discuss it, because there's been a lot of comments and people are not exactly being accurate. I mean, a lot of people that have been around for a long time know, but I don't know why people that don't know the answer are trying to spread the information. It's weird. Yes, I do this full-time. I've been doing this full-time for a long time now, ever since I had like 30 to 40,000 subscribers. When we talk about the 100,000 mark, that's just the kind of mark we've sort of decided is when I'm going to do a face cam on Twitch. It's not going to become something where all my YouTube videos have a face cam. I mean, I have a nice face cam. It's 1080p. It's a Logitech thing. It's really clear, and I made it look sharp and clean and awesome, and it's good. But you know, I don't want to make it a big part of YouTube. But I've been doing this full time for a while, so I just think it's funny when people say things like, "Oh, you know, it's no big deal. He doesn't do this full time, so just whatever. He's got a full time job." Well, yeah, I do. I do this. This is what I do full time. Like when you consider, okay, just consider this, and I know that no matter what I say, there are going to be plenty of people who say that, "Oh, well, it's so easy compared to a real job, so you shouldn't complain." That's just what everyone that doesn't do this says. You have no idea. You have no idea the amount of work that is involved with this. Even if you don't edit, which I don't, there's still so much freaking work. So you're talking like right now, I've got to record 16.67 videos a day. Bare minimum, if those are 16.5 minutes long, or say just 15 minutes long, 16.67 times 15 minutes, that's 250 minutes of recording. That is 4.2 hours straight of talking. Now you try talking for 4 hours straight and tell me you're not going to be tired. You will be tired. I guarantee it. And then on top of that, it's not like, okay, my 4-hour workday, right? My 4-hour workday, oh, big deal. It's done. It's so easy. Well, you gotta encode them, you've gotta upload them, you gotta schedule them, you gotta tag them, you gotta scribe them, you gotta do all this other nonsense. There's so much involved. And I don't know why I'm complaining about it, really. It's just that, I don't know. There's a little bit of defensiveness involved with just saying that, hey, it's not easy. And I work just as hard at this as I did in the insurance industry. So, you know, I guess it kind of comes full circle to the whole, like, mid-roll ads thing we talked about at the beginning. You know, there's always going to be the guy who says that you shouldn't make any money for playing, like, video games, and you shouldn't make any money doing YouTube videos, and, you know, just, if there's any ads on a video, it's because the person's greedy. Yeah, sure. Just trying to make an honest living, you know, just trying to make enough money to keep my kids in a decent position, right? You know, so they can go to college, so they can basically just do the things that they want to do. I got 3 of them, you know. My wife is a stay-at-home mom. So anyway, I don't know why I'm complaining about it. I'm being very sour here at the end. But long story short is just that, yeah, I do this full time. Sorry about the mid-roll thing. I don't know why that happened. We're going to get it fixed. But don't begrudge me for making a living. That's the one thing I don't think is fair to say. Is that, I don't know. And it's one of those things where it's like the 0.1% of people that actually say stuff about it like that. But I just take offense to it. You know, because people did the same thing. They did the exact same thing when I was in the insurance business. You know, when I tell people how much money I made in the insurance business, they'd be like, you have no business making that kind of money selling insurance. And I said, well, the reason why you make that kind of money selling insurance is because like 99% of people can't do it. If everyone could do it, then there'd be no money in it. And I kind of feel the same way about YouTube. Yeah, you're right. If everyone was doing it, if everyone was willing to put in the time and effort and energy to do it, then yeah, you probably shouldn't make any money at it. But you find another channel. You go out there, you find another channel making as many videos as I am every single day. And you find someone who cares as much as I do about stupid stuff, like audio quality. And you know, I'd say probably 90% of people don't care about any of the audio stuff that I've been doing, and they're probably more annoyed than anything that I've made changes to the audio setup because I've had bugs along the way. But if you compare the audio standards that I've got right now to what I was looking at 3 weeks ago, I can hear the difference. Because I care, because I put a ton of time and effort into it. And anyway, I'm getting off topic here, and hey, whatever. If you're interested in this stuff, then hey, I'm glad that you stayed to the end of the video and listened to my little rant here. But long story short, this is like the 4th time I've said long story short, is that things are going pretty well. Got to get Dwarf Fortress up and running. Got to get a whole crap ton of videos recorded, and the mid-roll thing will be resolved. So anyway, thanks for watching. Let me know what your thoughts are. You probably may not agree with everything I've said, but that's okay. You're allowed to have your opinion, just like I'm allowed to have mine, and the guy that's commenting above you has the right to their own opinion. So just be civil about it, please, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you soon.